I know this might not be the most exciting part of convention, but it's probably one of the most important parts of convention because you get an update from what we have done across the state. Sometimes we know what's going on in our chapter, but we might not know what's going on in Chattanooga or Knoxville or Nashville or the great things that are being done in Stones River. And can we kill the music? All right, thank you very much. I didn't hear that. Thank you, Tara. So first up, we are going to start off with an invocation. I know some of you guys just got out of church, so you've heard him earlier, but we're going to give it up for Russell Jones for our invocation.
Let us bow our heads. Gracious Father, we thank you now for once again as you have allowed us to be present as we get ready to close out this convention for 2017. Lord, we thank you for everything that our ears have heard. We thank you for the news and the information. Now, Lord, we pray, oh God, that you will allow each and every chapter president and chapter member to take back what they have heard and put what they have heard into process, into action, so that we can continue to build this federation. Lord, we thank you. Lord, we give you praise and honor for all things that you have done in our lives. We thank you for our illustrious state president who has led this affiliate so graciously. Lord, we thank you for Brother Sean Calloway, the national representative. Lord, we thank you for the information that he shared with us on last night at the banquet. Now, Lord, when the gavel, you heard the last gavel, signaling the ending of this convention. Let us leave this place knowing that you will wrap your arms of protection around us as we journey back to our various destinations. Forever keep us in your grips, keep us in your care, keep us in your love. In Jesus' name we ask it all. Let everyone say amen.
Amen.
Get back to my seat.
Okay. Don't want to sit up with us anymore. I
sit with you.
Yeah, we'll sit up here. There's plenty of spaces.
Okay.
All righty. So is Miss Evelyn or Wendy here? All right. So can we get a door prize for all of those of us who were on time for convention? Now, purpose is to dig deep for those of us who haven't shared in the wealth just yet. Wait a minute. Who said amen? I think that person got a door prize. Give us two, guys.
Magnifier. All right, he's handing me a mic. Paired with a magnifier and two amazing pieces of jewelry. So this is going to be a really good one. Oh, the winner is Sharon Treadway. Oh. But, y'all, I do have a card to sign for Sharon Treadway. I'll be walking around and asking if you want to sign it. All right. Oh, the winner is Willie Wells, and he is here. Willie is in the house. I see you, Willie. Here you go.
All right. You got one more for us?
Yes. What is it, Evelyn? 1.5 quart slow cooker, and she is drawing the name.
And the winner is
Gina Lewis. Is Gina Lewis here? No, we're going to have to go back in.
No, Rexy says he wouldn't mind cooking Yolanda dinner.
Terry Woodard.
Terry Woodard is not here.
Terry Woodard's not here yet.
All right. See,
it's kind of a smaller
early birds
crowd
are going to get
so
this
far.
worm.
Dominique Lucas.
Dominique Lucas?
Oh.
No?
Sunday mornings are always a mess. Stephanie Zundale.
All right. Got a winner.
Stephanie's making dinner.
All right. We know whose house you're going to tonight, guys, who's in the Nashville area. Give away one more. Yes, ma'am.
Make it good.
We got another slow cooker.
Oh.
And it goes to Rosie Young.
Rosie Young?
Not
Nope,
in here.
Not here.
And she said, I've cooked enough. All those meatballs and deviled eggs.
Right.
James Bame?
James.
Oh,
Jimmy.
cool.
Oh,
He's
Wendy,
here.
he's going to cook you a great dinner
Awesome.
tonight.
Yeah, we actually needed one of these. So.
All right.
I'm excited. Here you go, Jane. Yeah, it's a smaller crock pot.
Good job, everybody. I know there are more door prizes, hopefully more cash and cards along the way. So we will keep on moving. One note for some of you guys, hopefully already packed. You do have to be out of your room by 11 o'clock this morning unless you specifically requested a late checkout of noon. So make sure you leave your hotel in great shape so you don't have to pay anything. Make sure you put the towels back where they belong. Sometimes they go astray on purpose sometimes and by accident and other times. Y'all know how people are. And none of you would do that, of course. All right, so next up, we are going to start moving into our committee reports. I'm going to change it up a little bit because that's my privilege and prerogative. Is James Brown in the house yet? Oh, my. Our state president's not here. Oh, that's why he had me do it. Okay. Well, then we'll switch it up. Is Melissa Smith in? Melissa, can you go ahead and do the audit report for us? All right. See, that's a true Federationist. She's about 45 minutes early, so come on up. And Melissa, last night y'all heard she was voted Federationist of Federationist, and part of that was because she stepped into a lot of roles yesterday. She ended up doing registration and making goodie bags, and then doing audit committee. So I'm surprised she has any hair left on that head of hers, because she was running around all convention. We definitely appreciate that. And one of her tasks was, of course, to make sure that our money is being well taken care of. So I'll turn the mic over to her.
Morning, everyone. The few that's here and awake. To the members of the National Federation of the Blind of Tennessee, we have audited the accompanied statements of financial position of the National Federation of the Blind as of January 1st, 2016, and the related statements of activities, functional expenses, and cash flows for the year that ended. Our responsibility is to express an opinion of these financial statements based on our explanations. We conducted our examination in accordance with general accepted procedures. Those procedures require that we perform the examination to obtain responsible assurance about whether the financial statements are free of material misstatements. An audit includes evidence supporting the amounts and disclosures in the financial statements. An audit also includes assessing the accounting principles used and significant estimates made by managements, as well as evaluating the overall financial statements presentation. We believe that our examination provides a reasonable basis for our opinion. In our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly and all material represents the financial position of the National Federation of the Blind of Tennessee as of December 31st, 2016, and the results of its operations and charges in net assets for the year then ended are in conformity with general accepted accounting procedures. Revenues received and expenses paid are tracked and recorded appropriately. Date 3/31/2016, Audit Committee Chairperson was myself, and Natalie Norwood and Curtis Tillman were in the meeting with us.
All right, well, thank you for that. Does anybody have any questions for Melissa before she goes back to her seat? All right, do we have any motions? Mr. Tillman. All right, we have a motion on the floor by Mr. Tillman, multiple seconds to accept the Audit Committee's report as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Of course. All right, the motion carries. Congratulations, Audit Committee. Thanks for a great job. It means our money's been well taken care of. And speaking of money, the lady we've all been giving our money to all weekend and all year, if you're in a chapter, our state treasurer from the Memphis chapter, Miss Evelyn Hogue.
Good morning. Before I read this report, I want to take the time to thank everyone for your prayers, cards, and just keeping my family in mind. Keep praying for us. We buried my brother on yesterday. So thank everyone for your support. Okay, here we go. Hardest part of the convention. National Federation of the Blind of Tennessee Financial Report, January 1st, 2016 through December 31st, 2016. Income, contributions, $32,871.88. Membership dues, $665. Braille, Blues, and Barbecue, $1,777. Total income, $35,313.88. Expenses, Braille, Blues, Barbecue, $1,105.01. Awards and grants, $10,863.82. Supplies, $1,443.70. Telephone, $175.96. Printing and publications, $187.29. Travel, $2,379.12. Conferences, conventions, and meetings, $3,346.83. Professional fees, $2,200. Others, $1,470.50. Total expenses, $23,172.23. Other categories includes insurance and filing fees. Net income, $12,141.65. Net assets beginning of year was $34,343.49. Change in net assets, $12,141.65. Net assets end of year, $46,485.14. That's my report, Ms. Vice President.
All righty, does anybody have any questions for the treasurer? Sounds like the numbers are all right, and can we get any motion? Geraldine, I heard you first.
I'd like to make a motion that the treasurer's report be accepted as presented.
All right, we have a motion by Geraldine Parker, multiple seconds to accept the treasurer's report as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the treasurer's report is accepted. And I want to say, I've helped Miss Evelyn collect money, not only here at convention, but at chapter meetings. And I will say, any person who can keep track of other people's money and do it as well as she does deserves an extra round of applause. So give it up for Miss Evelyn. And especially with what she was going through, we definitely appreciate the extra effort this year, Miss Evelyn. We know it was not easy. So we definitely appreciate all you did this weekend. So I think because we've had money talk now, we can give another door prize or two away. I want to lighten their load for taking it home.
Where's Wendy? Oh, okay, never mind. I got it. Okay, this is
Heavy. Yes, heavy.
It says a Braille track, large print Bible, audio Bible, drummers, one disc, 14 drummers, print copy, my book of Bible stories, and Skittles candy.
All right.
And it goes to Magdalene Mathis.
Magdalene, Miss Mathis, are you in the room? Oh, she must be at church. Keep on going, Miss Evelyn.
Okay.
Okay. It's Evelyn Hogue.
Oh.
Here you go.
Good things come to those who wait, don't they, Miss Evelyn? All right. Well, good deal. Give us one more before we go to the next one.
All right. One more book by H.K. Derryberry, well, and Mr. Jim Bradford, and it is, you just can't put it down, I tell ya. You just can't stop reading it until you finish it. So let's see who gets this one.
Shannon Hansen.
Shannon, you in the room.
Yeah, I have it on audio if you'd rather have it on audio.
Okay.
All right. That'll be a great book. Not, when you're through with those heavy textbooks, from college and you're on summer vacation, that is going to be a great read. And is HK in the room?
Yes, sir.
So, HK, can we ask you about a date? All right. Since this is the best and the most important date in the world to me, what do you remember about August the 11th?
Well, that day in 2005, I got my braces off my feet.
All right. So when I was turning, we won't tell you how old I was turning in 2005. But that was my birthday, so thank you, HK.
Okay, Christina.
Huh?
You want me to give away one more?
One more.
Okay, I have a hat and scarf set and a piece of jewelry. And it goes to Grace Swihart.
Swihart. Is Grace in
She
the
in
room?
here?
No? I think she took that $1,000 and decided to rest a little bit longer.
Okay. How about
Russell says he can use that scarf.
Tanikia Jordan?
Nope.
This is Sunday morning. I should have known. James Brown.
Oh, and he's been wanting something all convention. He's not here.
He would have looked pretty in this pink.
He wouldn't.
Ann Smith?
No.
It's something else.
Yeah, Yolanda says she looked great in pink. She's got a wedding.
Greg Self?
Nope. All right, Miss Evelyn.
H.K. Derryberry.
Oh, there you go, HK. That's going to look great on you, HK, or Miss Pearl. He did. He's got a collection going, yes. All right, so do we have anybody here that is on the communications committee? The chairperson, unfortunately, Steve Norman, could not make it. He got a new guide dog, and unfortunately, he and the guide dog could not travel to be with us. And so I know that he's crying tears, but I know that he's bonding with his guide dog, and we can't wait to meet him next year, hopefully. Nobody from communications? All right, well, I will do the best I can with communications so that you guys don't get out at 10 o'clock versus 12 o'clock. So I know one of the great initiatives that the Communications Committee has been working on is gathering information about each of you members. We've asked you not only your name and your address and your emails, but we asked you a few different questions this year if you were in a chapter, and we did what we were supposed to do, which was Memphis chapter. What was one of the new questions I asked you last month when you did roll? Date of birth. Wonder why we asked you your date of birth. Any ideas? We were maybe thinking about stealing identities, but we didn't have that social security number. We were going to send you $50. Now that's thinking on grand scale. Yes, that is. And maybe we can advocate for that one because that sounds like a great idea. Who doesn't want $50 on their birthday that they didn't have to spend? But we did want to send greetings out to everybody on their birthday, and that is why we asked for birthday month and day. No, ladies, we did not ask for years because I think I would have gotten cussed out many a time if I'd asked some of my ladies their year of birth, even though they all look great, don't you? Yes, y'all do in Memphis. So do you guys in Nashville and Knoxville. All the ladies look great. You gentlemen? Well, just handsome, yes. Yes, handsome. So, and then we also asked you what your communication preference was. One of the things about a great piece of legislation called the Americans with Disabilities Act is it says that we should be able to communicate with you effectively. If you're not a Braille reader and we're sending you things in Braille, are we effectively communicating what the National Federation is doing? No. And if we send it to you in print and you can't see it for whatever reason may happen, are we effectively communicating with you? Right? And you want to hear the messages and what's going on in your chapter and in your state, correct? Right. I didn't hear enough of you rights on that one. Y'all do want to hear what's going on, right? Ah, that's more like it. Okay, I'm going to have to get y'all stand up in a minute. All righty, so what we did was we said, well, what's your communication preference? And so we said you got your choice of large print and Braille. We said email and phone. So there's no way none of you guys, when an event happens, can say, I didn't get the message or I didn't get the notification. So if your communication preference changes because you learned Braille, yay. Yes, for all my Braille users. Be proud of that. Definitely let us know because we can easily change your communication preference on that list. And so for all of my chapter presidents and all of our division presidents, make sure that you get that information if you haven't already done so. And that will make Steve Norman so very happy. All righty, so that's all I really have for communications. And next up we have the website committee, which was led by Steve Butler, who is out of the Nashville chapter. And I've been told that the great James Boehm and Shep are going to give that report. So you guys have at it.
Good morning. Good morning. All right. You guys had a good time here tonight, this weekend? Yeah. Oh, man. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. So let me pull up this report. These are the words of Tyler Butler, and he wanted me to give this report for him. All right. Hello, everyone. This is Tyler Butler, but again, this is not Tyler Butler. Let's see. Why aren't you working? Okay, here we go. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Butler. I'm on the board of directors for the Nashville chapter, and I have been working with James Brown over the course of last year on the redesign and overhaul of our affiliate site. Before I go any further, I would like to thank Joshua Harper for all of his work on the website. He laid a lot of the groundwork that the site design is based on. And I know we all wish the best for him in his new position. The focus for the redesign was to make it more intuitive for users from the front and back ends. Before, it was difficult for people to access the admin panel, publish articles without the assistance of an admin. Now, those with the proper access and knowledge can publish articles and have them assigned to the correct sections of the site automatically. This means that they can be published quickly and effectively. I know James Brown has posted a few articles since the site went live back in November. Chapter presidents and divisions also have the ability to publish news about their activities and events once they have been assigned an account. The affiliates' Twitter and Facebook accounts are also linked so that contact can be easily posted through other forms of social media. The website will continue to evolve, and in the meantime, I invite everyone to please keep giving me feedback so we can continue to grow and develop this powerful tool for spreading our Federation message. Best regards, Tyler Butler. Thank you.
Good job, Tyler. Good job. Yes, we never knew Jimmy had split personalities like that. Now we know to call him if he's not paying any attention, Tyler. All righty. So you've heard our communications, and we've also gotten a report from website. I think we had a great report informally yesterday for our legislative report. But that is a great committee that does a lot of hard work. And, you know, we've got some aim high legislation that we're going to work on in the year ahead. And we've got the affordable, let me see if I can get this right, Affordable Technology Access. Assistive Technology Affordability Act. Oh, that's a tongue twister. I'll get that acronym down soon enough. So, you know, in the next year ahead. So be looking out in the early fall, late fall for announcements about Washington Seminar. You know, that's a great way to get involved with your affiliate, and on a national level to get up to go to Washington, D.C. and meet those awesome legislators that we have in Congress that you've all voted for at some point. You all did vote, right? All right, good deal. And your voting stations were hopefully all accessible to you, right? Yeah. Okay, good deal. All righty, so can I get a motion to accept those committee reports that we've already done? Mr. Bowers. All right, we got a motion by Rexy Bowers and seconded by our own H.K. Derryberry to accept the communications, website, and legislative reports as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All righty, so we're going to move into, we are going to be through in a timely fashion. We are moving into our chapter and division report. So if any of our chapter presidents and our division presidents will start heading up to the microphone, I will ask for the volunteer first, or as you know in Memphis, you will get voluntold. So don't tarry, don't dilly-dally. Step up lively. You know you want to give these reports. All right, so the first one behind me, go ahead. I heard you. I did. I heard you in the chat.
Can't sneak up on you.
No.
Man, you see everything.
You know what? I'm good like that.
That's how you roll, right? All right, guys. Well, greetings and love from the Nashville chapter. Many of our members are here today. Music City. There we go. There they are. There's a couple of them. But there were many that were planning on coming that were unable to come due to sickness and other unforeseen circumstances. So our thoughts want to be with them. We know they would be here if they could. And we look forward to having even more of our members next year at the next state convention. Our chapter, I became president last year. I did. And one of the goals that I had was to find ways in which we can be seen in the community and be in the community. Currently, our chapter was meeting at the School for the Blind, which was a good location, but we weren't immersed in the community. And so we found a more central location at a newly refurbished library. Yes. And so that way people could see us. We're in the community. As we come in and out of the library, we go to restaurants in the area. And a lot of great things have come from that. Our chapter has doubled since we've made that change this year.
All right, go Nashville.
So, yes. So appreciate our chapter, the love that our chapter has. You know, we had some of our members hanging out the last couple of nights, and I just sat back and just listened. There's a lot of love there. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Brotherhood. And definitely feel that in our chapter and in our affiliate. So we're going to continue to grow. We've got a lot of people who are interested in our chapter. We've got a lot of potential members within the next few months. So I see that our chapter is going to continue to grow. So we look forward to that. As far as our chapter and our board met, and we are going to give to the affiliate. We have check in hand for. I do that right now, right? Yeah, check in hand for $200. All right, thank you guys. Yes. Okay. All right. So one of our members, Heather Field, she was one of the members that fell gravely ill, and hopefully she'll get to feeling better soon. So she asked that you guys keep her in your thoughts and prayers as well. She'd be here if she could. And she is also wanting to give a $200 donation to the affiliate. So we want to thank her for that. And that's our national report.
Might as well. Hello, it's Terry Smith, and I'm going to give two reports. We can do divisions and is that okay? Go ahead. Okay. So first I'll give the Tennessee Association of Blind Merchants. Melissa had to run out. So the Association of Blind Merchants met yesterday, and we discussed a lot of events and activities surrounding the Tennessee Business Enterprise Program. We discussed the BLAST conference, which the Tennessee division will be hosting September 12th through 15th in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll have 400 to 500 people from around the country attending that conference. So if anybody would like to attend that, we would certainly welcome you to be there. And then we also had elections, and Melissa Smith was elected as the new president of TABM. Greg Self was elected as round of applause. She's going to have to be more than behind the scenes now. She's going to have to get out front a little bit. Greg Self was vice president. Debbie Probst is the treasurer. I will continue to serve as the secretary. And we elected Troy Rogers and Art Probst to our board as new board members. So that's the report from the Blind Merchants Division, and we do have a check in hand for $200 to the affiliate. I'll just slide right into the report since I'm the only one here at the moment from the Scenic City chapter. Our chapter is, we're entering, I guess, our 5th year. I was president the first 3 years and got it started. I'll be honest with you, we sort of slipped a little bit over the last year, and we're trying to regroup. We've got about 8 people who are loyal and attend all chapter meetings. We got to build that back up and get it back to where we were when we were getting about 20 people to our meetings. We had a lot of folks who moved out of town. Some of our key members, relocated to other states, which was a blow to us. But we got to do some things to turn things around down there. And we have already given our check to Evelyn, a donation of $100. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. I'm Shannon Hansen, and I'm the Student Division President. One of the big things I got to do this year on behalf of not only students, but the entire state of Tennessee was go to Washington Seminar. And that was a really fundamental time for me and for the students. I got to learn a lot about Aim High, and I got to represent Tennessee. So that was really exciting. As a division, we have continued to struggle to fundraise and to kind of meet on more of a consistent basis. So that's something that we're still working on. But I am happy to say that through the year, we had a couple calls that were open to the entire state where we talked about different things that's going on. And I'm excited because there was a lot of good fundraising ideas in the meeting. So that's something we're going to be working on in the upcoming year. And that's all I have.
Good morning, guys. My name is Quinn Howard, and I am the president of the Stones River chapter in Murfreesboro. And our chapter is pretty unique. We're primarily made of students. We're located on MTSU's campus. We're actually recognized as a campus organization. So we get to go to events like this. Like, for example, our chapter was approved for $1,400 to come here. 2 years ago, we had, I believe, like 6 or 7 students go to national convention, and we got our campus approved us for $3,500. So we benefit pretty well from being a campus organization. And with that, we have a goal this year of reaching out to our the various education departments on campus. For example, a professor in the social work department emailed me wanting to know if I could send her a couple students to talk about culture and diversity, and kind of host a panel/presentation and just talk about our experiences being blind and the obstacles that we face and what they could do to kind of help us. So I went and another member in our chapter, Kira McCall, and we were there for about 2 hours just answering questions, and students were very interested in what we had to say, and so it was a great experience. So being on campus kind of gives us that those type of opportunities to go to classes and do things like that. And every year also we didn't get to do it this year, unfortunately, but our chapter, we're very giving, and so around Christmas time we always try to find a blind child and that's in need during the holidays, and support their family for the holidays. And we've been doing that for a couple years now, and that's all I got.
All right. Sounds good. Everybody's shaking it. Getting that money out. All right, Knoxville.
Well, good morning. I had been here sooner, but I thought this was coming up later this morning, but it came up earlier this morning. So I got drug out of the bed. But anyway, I'm Greg Self. I am the current president of the Knoxville chapter. We have currently 10 members, which 8 were here. We had a very strong year last year. We had 1 went to Washington seminar. We have 2 currently that got voted on to the state board. And last October, we joined with Knoxville on the anti-bullying program and had an event, I think it's October 14th, where we had some of our members went and set up, and it's called Be a Friend. And there was several good positives come out of that. We also had a fundraiser called Week of Eats, which we finished up last night. As you all know, I think we raised about $1,200 for that. Went into our treasury, so that's good. We are currently trying to get more involved with the current Lions clubs in Blount County, also in Knox County and Sevier County, to come alongside them to see what we can do to help who we can there. So, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot. We're going to give $25 to the state affiliate. All right. Miss Christina.
Actually, go to Miss Evelyn. Yeah, go to Miss Evelyn.
Miss Evelyn.
Yep, she's in the back. Miss Evelyn, raise your hand. Raise your paw. He's got money coming your way. All righty, so it's my turn as the Memphis chapter president to give our report, and I am glad to say we are 45 members strong as of dues-paying members. Yes. And then we, as you can tell, we are a very lively bunch of folks. We had most of our members, if not, were here at some point through convention, even through funerals and through sickness and health. We all made it through. So I want to say you guys pulled together, of course, as always, and you hosted a great convention, and I could not have done this without you. All right, yes, represent. So I want to take the time to kind of tell a story of two federationists. One of our federationists came to us back in maybe I'd say 2012, and she was 52 years old, and she had been the head of HR. She loved to hire people, and she loved to fire people. And she always would say that her best interviews were done at 6 o'clock in the morning over the phone. You got real answers that were not rehearsed. And she lost her vision at the age of 52. And when I first met this particular federationist, she had came to me through the Center for Independent Living. And what she said was, well, Miss Christina, all I want to do is learn how to use my computer again so I can do email. And so I was like, well, you know, there's some great methods to be able to do this. There's programs called Talking Typer, and she learned how to do her keyboard. And one of the hardest things she had to learn how to do was not look down, because she realized she couldn't see those letters anymore, so she couldn't cheat. So then we got through Talking Typer, and we introduced her to NVDA, and she got hooked up with other organizations such as Clovernook, and she learned her O&M. She learned her Braille skills. And Braille was a struggle for her. She was diabetic, and so at first her diabetes was doing well, and she wasn't having any problems with her neuropathy in her fingers. Y'all know how it is, some of you. And when she started getting a little more tingling, a little numbness, that Braille started fighting with her. And she would say that we were always torturing her with Braille. Whenever I would see her, whenever I'd say, I got a gift for you, she's like, oh no, here comes more Braille, just like some of you guys do out in the audience now. And then she, in 2015, she went on a cruise. She was happy about that. She loved to travel. Every convention after Orlando, she was going to Nevada, and she was always learning. She was wanting to do descriptive audio. And her first convention, she was mentored, as we do here in the Memphis chapter. She was mentored by Tara. And you found one, you found the other. And the next year, because she'd gotten those O&M skills, we were back in Orlando again. And she came in maybe a day or two before us. And we were at the Rosen Center that year. And we said, well, when we get in line, we want our drinks waiting. So, because we're thirsty and we're parched. There was about 5 of us coming out of that van. And we want to go get something to eat. She said, okay. She said, I'll scout out some places. So she did. We decided to go to Red Lobster. I love my Cajun chicken pasta. And we got checked in. We got our shoes, kept them on because we weren't staying for very long. And she used her cane, and she navigated us with great direction, with no hesitation, all the way to Red Lobster, and really facilitated a lot of our travels that convention. That was in 2014. And one of the last pictures I have of us as a group from that convention was when we were eating breakfast at Denny's. Hello. So for you guys who were there. And unfortunately, after she came off that cruise in December of 2015, she came in and she said, well, we love to play spades. And she's like, I'm just not feeling good. My back's not feeling well. I'm going to go to the doctor. And she went to the doctor, and she had cancer. And she fought a really good fight until May. And that's when God called her home. And he took one of his good ones, one of our great mentors in our chapter that has been missed at national conventions ever since. But I use Lynn Jackson as an example, too, just because you lose your vision when you're in your 50s. Some people think, oh, well, I don't want to be a burden. I'm not going to be able to do anything. And I use her as the example to others who I meet at work and that we bring into the convention to show that just like Lynn Jackson, you can do for yourself. You will be the one, yes, that we mentor our first year, but you will be the one leading somebody else the next year. And that's I think, the one thing that we do really well in all of our chapters. And that's one of the ways that we do love you into the Federation. And when you are no longer with us for whatever reason, you are always missed and remembered within our affiliate. Just like Mr. Cliff, he gave me such a hard time. He was another one. He was just like Miss Evelyn up there, but a little bit taller and a little bit deep-voiced. But he was a great member. So for all of our members out of the Memphis chapter who have had health issues, like Julie Dawson, who even though she could not make it, she donated that great handmade jewelry. She had her own bout with cancer and luckily has survived to fight another day. She is a year almost to her diagnosis, and she's still with us, so that's a great accomplishment. And I know we wish her the best of fights ahead of her. Her energy is not there. That's why she couldn't make it through our whole convention. So that's what the Memphis chapter is about. We participated in our Bell program this year, and we had about 12 to 14 of those little monsters. Yes. Those 4-year-olds wore me out. But we taught them a lot of Braille. It was great to see some of the kids who we'd had the previous year, and they were getting into contractions. And so when hopefully we get them again this year, they've remembered what we've taught them. They've remembered those Braille skills, and they're not afraid of wearing their learning shades anymore. One of the unique things about the Memphis Bell program that you might not know or you might not remember is that we do include kids that are fully sighted, that have family members who are blind or who have low vision. And some people will say, well, why would you include kids who have no vision issues? And the reason we do that is because sometimes those kids want to be able to help their parents, or they want to understand that, hey, my dad might have lost his vision, but it's not a scary thing. It's something that I don't have to be afraid of. And a couple of the kids that are in our Bell Academy has a father, and he lost his sight. He went through TRC, so now that they understand what he's going through, they're better able to help him. They're able to read with him in Braille. He can write them notes, and they can write them back. And they can do cane travel practically as good as he can. So it's a great, unique feature about the Memphis chapter. We also always give away food baskets and have a great, awesome Thanksgiving breakfast. Thanksgiving lunch, y'all. So we do believe in giving back to the community. We had a great social outing with our picnic this year in Audubon Park, even though one of us fell out because it was a little too hot. He has since recovered. And so I just can't say enough about how proud I am of our chapter. I know we'll continue to grow. I know that we can do great things because we've done it this weekend. And what I would say is one of the things that we were asked to do on our last board call was to mentor other chapters that are smaller that might be having some issues. You know, we're not a perfect chapter. We do have things that we want to work on as well. One of them, we did a strategic planning retreat, and we worked on, let's see if we remember it, member engagement, member retention, and outreach. And fundraising. Those were the 4 key areas as a board and all of our committee chairs that we worked on in February. And we'll be doing that quarterly so that your board and your committee chairs will all stay on the same page so that we can communicate best with our chapter and continue to grow the Memphis chapter and be the best chapter in Tennessee. Yes. And we will be glad to mentor any chapter who wants our help because as I always say, I did not get here by myself. I got the great help of a leader, Lev Williams, and I got to stand on his shoulders for just a hot second before he passed on and went on his final journey. But he taught me a lot of great things, and I know I want to pass that on to the next generation because as President Maurer once said in a leadership training, the number one task of any great chapter president is always looking for the next one that will replace them. And I know in the Memphis chapter that I've got some great prospects that when I'm not elected, I know that there's going to be somebody there that can fill my shoes. So thank you very much. All righty, so now that we've done our chapter and division reports, and by the way, Memphis did donate $125, and from what I understand, it's already been deposited into the account. So we're going to call Mr. Terry Smith back up to the microphone for. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Shay, I am so sorry. She has. So tag do, save the best for last.
Oh, perfect. Good morning. I'm Shay Welch. I'm the president of the Tennessee Association of Guide Dog Users. And, and we've had a year of transition after Jimmy was our wonderful first president. And he's been very helpful in teaching me how to be a president. So we're growing. And we're changing. Over the last year, we had, of course, the Uber case with Jimmy that we heard about yesterday from James Brown, and we're really glad about how that turned out. And we want to continue that momentum of education in our community, especially with Lyft and Uber and other access issues. So we're excited to continue that. Our main goals for this year are centered around membership communication, and we'd also like to educate, obviously, in the same way that we did with the Uber case and everything. So membership communication and education. We've already added some members at our convention seminar on Friday, so we're really excited about that. And as far as communication, we're continuing our Facebook presence. We have a website that needs to get back up and running. Right now it's down, but we're going to work on getting that back up and running. We have a lot of resources for people who are interested in guide dogs, and we're going to get that on our website. And, of course, we are going to continue reaching out to the public and increasing our membership. And we just love being a part of the Tennessee affiliate, and we're just really excited to continue our work.
You just don't hear that too often at a convention. They're always so quiet. All righty, so we had some great division and chapter reports. So now we're going to turn it over to Terry Smith and resolutions.
Well, this is somewhat embarrassing. While I was sitting out there pulling up my resolutions on my phone, I deleted one of them. So I will give you, I was actually trying to rewrite it real fast. I'll give you a synopsis of what that one is. But first one, it says, whereas accessible technology holds the key for many blind people to succeed in education and employment, and whereas such technology can be very expensive, and whereas the Access Technology Affordability Act has been introduced in both houses of Congress, and whereas the bill will allow individual tax credits to help offset the cost of purchasing such technology, and whereas the bill has bipartisan support, therefore be it resolved by the National Federation of the Blind of Tennessee, gathered in convention on this, the second day of April 2017, that the affiliate go on record as endorsing this legislation, and be it further resolved that all members be encouraged to contact their members of the House of Representatives and U.S. Senators and ask them to sign on as co-sponsors of the bill. That would be Resolution 2017-1. Do you want me to read through these all and then come back to them? Okay. The second resolution is, whereas the Accessibility Instructional Materials in Higher Education Act of 2017, better known as the AIM-High Act, has been introduced in the U.S. House of Representatives, and whereas the bill, H.R. 1772, is sponsored by Congressman Phil Rowe of Tennessee, and whereas if enacted, this bill will promote instructional technology and content that are accessible to the blind and other students with print disabilities. And whereas such accessibility will better enable blind college students to be successful, therefore be it resolved by the National Federation of the Blind of Tennessee, gathered in convention on this, the second day of April 2017, that the affiliate officially express its appreciation to Congressman Rowe for his support. And be it further resolved that all affiliate members be encouraged to contact their members of Congress to ask them to sign on as co-sponsors. So that would be Resolution 217-2 and Resolution 217-3. If you'll give me a little liberty to put it in writing afterwards. It has to do with services for the blind, and it starts out with whereas TCA 714-604 created the vocational rehabilitation services for the blind, and whereas that same statute created a director of services for the blind, and that director is solely responsible for promulgating regulations specific to services for the blind, and whereas the Department of Human Services is currently out of compliance and that services for the blind is being pushed further down in the organization, and that there's currently not a director of services for the blind, that position has been combined with somebody else with another position, and the resolve will be that the affiliate go on record as objecting to this and to take whatever actions are necessary to bring the Department of Human Services into compliance. So that's the third. That would be the third resolution, 17-3. So first order of business would be to move for approval of the nominating committee report. So I make that motion.
All right, we have a motion by Terry Smith and a multiple seconds to adopt the resolution as read.
Just the report.
Three.
Just,
The report.
just the report.
Learning, you guys. The report as read. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the report is adopted.
You want me to go through one by one, or you want to? Okay. The first resolution, which had to do with the Access Affordability Technology Act. You've heard a lot about that over the last couple of days, but it will give tax credits for many of us who want to buy access technology and help make it more affordable. This was a bill that was introduced or being pushed by our national office. It was part of our efforts at the Washington seminar, and it will, I'm sure it will continue to be an effort of the national office. So is there a motion to approve this resolution? John Harris moved, and I don't know who seconded. HK seconded. Any discussion? Question? If it's access technology, it's just the hardware? Just the hardware. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the resolution say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, the motion carries. The second one has to do with the Aim High Act, and we're basically just expressing our appreciation to Congressman Rowe, and we got to give credit to our President James Brown and to Courtney Williams, who played a big role in getting Congressman Rowe on board as the sponsor of that bill. And we thought it was important that we go on record as thanking Congressman Rowe and continue to build that relationship. At the same time, wanting all of you to contact your members to try to get them to sign on. Now, we did that as part of Washington seminar. We went to all the delegation and tried to convince them to sign on. We got some positive responses. So far, none of them have signed on to my knowledge. But if they keep hearing from people out in the district, then the chances of them signing on are much better. So is there a motion to approve the resolution related to the Aim High Act?
Motion by James Bain.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution as read, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say no. Motion passes. The last resolution relating to services for the blind and our wanting to hold the Department of Human Services accountable for the organizational structure as well as ensuring that we have a director of that program. Would anybody like to make a motion to support that resolution? Who made the motion? Rexy. And who made the second? Geraldine. Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor of Resolution 2017-3 related to the services for the blind, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say no. And it looks like all three resolutions have passed.
All right. Thank you very much. All righty, we are nearing the end of this agenda, you guys, and it's only 10 o'clock. So because you've been sitting for an hour, is Keith Tim still in the room? Hey, play a lively tune. They're going to get up for a second. You know, yes, you are. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody get up. Come on, everybody. Get up, get up, get up. We're going to do a little health and fitness. So for some of you who weren't at convention at National, you don't know about this, but the ones that you do, you know, don't spill the beans. So, all right, Keith Tim, let's get some music. Oh, my, okay. So one of the best ways, and that really, I promise you, does take a lot of energy to stay healthier and stay fit. We can all use a little bit of weight loss after that great meal last night, is you're going to stand on one foot for the next minute. So whether it's your left foot or your right foot, pick one of them up and stand on the other. And try to do it for the whole minute. It's not as easy as you think. If you need to hold on to a chair in front of you, it makes it easier. Everybody up. Look, you know, don't cheat because I can't see you now. And if you can do it at the same time while you got one foot up in there, go ahead and clap. Oh, we got some people that can multitask. All right. All right, count it down. All right. All right. Good job, everybody. Even Shep got on one foot. All righty. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody awake again? Butts aren't as numb anymore? Almost. Okay. Go ahead, and then I'll do the customary motions.
Okay, cool. What do you guys think about the music this weekend? Was that some good music? Well, we got some good news for you guys. The music that you've heard all convention this weekend was a lot of work went behind picking that music so that it was related to Memphis and Beale Street and the artists from our area. So we put that together. It took us several months, and we created that playlist. We also have the playlist from the banquet last night. So if you guys have Apple Music, we are going to post on Facebook the playlist that you heard this weekend. Or if you want a list of the songs, so you can use your own resource for downloading music and getting the songs, we will make that available to you guys too. So we thought that would be really cool. That way you can listen to the music again and kind of reflect on our convention. So thanks, guys.
And before we move into our customary motions, you know, as chairperson of the convention committee, I have got to give my kudos to everybody who helped out. Jimmy took to heart what I said when I said I wanted to show music in Memphis, and he put that awesome playlist together, because if it had been left up to me, y'all would have been in a world of trouble, because I suck at song titles and artists, so you would have gotten something totally different. And so I want to thank Joy Gouge, who unfortunately couldn't make it from the Northeast chapter, and of course Jimmy from Nashville, and Natalie Norwood from Knoxville, and Terry Smith from Scenic City, Miss Evelyn down there from, of course, the Memphis chapter, and we had Shannon from students. So it was a collaborative event to make decisions about what food and that sort of thing. So thanks to that great committee for your hard work. And hopefully the 2018 committee will get started and we'll have an awesome convention. So our customary motions are how we end our convention. And what that means basically is they're just tradition, and they're not really hopefully anything we should get into an argument about. So the first decision we have to make according to our Constitution is July 10th through the 15th, we will be sending a delegate and an alternate delegate to represent our state affiliate in Orlando, Florida. And the responsibilities of the delegate are to stand and state our opinions about motions or resolutions that are adopted. They also are the delegates in voting in all matters for our affiliate. The alternate delegate stands in their stead in case that person has to be at another meeting or that sort of thing. Unfortunately, because his son's getting married in the summer, our state president won't be able to join us, and so it'll be a really weird Orlando without the awesome James Brown there. So we need to pick an alternate and a delegate to represent our great state. Remember, we're hosting as well. So it's something that we have to do. So do I have any motions for who might be a great delegate and alternate delegate for Orlando? Russell Jones.
Madam President, I move that we choose our first Vice President Terry Smith and our second Vice President Christina Cliff to be our alternate, our delegate and our alternate delegate.
All right, we got a motion by Mr. Jones. Do we have a second? All right, we have a second by Tara Tate to have Terry Smith act as our delegate and myself as alternate delegate to the National Convention in Orlando, Florida. Any questions? All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, Terry, it's on you. I'll be glad to help out any way I can. You'll do a great job, I have no doubt. All righty, the next part of our customary motions before we wrap this great gig up is we have to decide where to go next year. Yes, and if you remember back in 2015, one of the things that the state said that we would try to do is to, every other year on odd or even-numbered years, was to go to the middle of the state so that it's not as far for those east and west to travel, kind of midway point for everybody. So do I have any motions? Mr. Bowers. All right, so we have a motion by Mr. Bowers to have our next convention in 2018 in the great music city of Nashville. All right. Do we have a second? A second by James Bay. Yes, I hope that chapter president agrees. All right. Any questions about that? All those in favor of having our next convention in Music City, USA, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we went from one great music city to the next. All right. All right, so that is actually the end of our agenda, you guys. I don't think we've ever quite gotten through so quickly. We got door prizes. Yes, I hear the tapping of door prizes. Yes, Ms. Evelyn. How many do you want to give us?
I have 4.
4, okay.
Hey, Christina.
Yes, ma'am.
Before we adjourn, I think we need to take our hats off to that hospitality committee.
Oh, yes. I will say I think the restaurant felt their pain of not having our members down there.
And Wendy is back here just bragging about the chicken. How was that chicken, y'all? All right. Okay, Okay, the first door prize is a 2009 Louis Braille coin,
An awesome coin. Got Braille on it and
and
everything.
it goes to Tamia
Maya Jordan.
Maya Jordan.
Maya Jordan.
She's not here. Oh.
Let's take again.
She would love money too.
Can you spend it?
You could if you wanted to, but I don't know why you would. Yeah.
Wendy
The
Bain.
only coin that has Braille on it.
Wendy Bain.
All right. Go Wendy.
Okay, the next one is another hat and scarf.
Oh, my.
And piece of jewelry. And it goes to, oh, wow, he's going to be so cute. John Harrison.
John, I can't wait to see you on the runway modeling that scarf. And yes, yes. Yes, do the catwalk.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Can we get Ira to describe this to us? Oh, he lucked out. You would have looked pretty in pink.
You look like the cat in the hat.
Oh, my. Yes, put that on too. Yes. Make it a fashion statement here, John Harris. Oh.
Okay, I have another hat and scarf set and a piece of jewelry, and it goes to Teresa Williams.
All right. Is Teresa in the room?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I think we're up to the last one.
Okay, the last one. What did I do?
Russell says
It's
Shirley
another
is.
book by H.K. Derryberry and friend.
All right.
And a couple of pieces of jewelry. And it goes to Ed Goins.
Is Ed in the room? Oh, keep on going, Miss Evelyn.
Okay. I tell you, these little bitty pieces of paper.
I know.
James Evans.
He's not here.
Is it?
I
JJ's
know.
daddy.
Colonel Prescott, they are not here.
Bessie Tubbs.
Hey, all right, Miss Bessie.
That's it.
All right, so as we always do when we leave convention, I wish you the safe travels back to your home. Like to thank our door prize mistresses back there, Miss Wendy. Yeah. I have a feeling we have a door prize giver in training. Miss Evelyn, of course, as always, for her awesomeness, even though I didn't get anything. That's okay. No, that's right. It's not about what you get, it's about what you give, isn't it? So as we go out, just remember the ones who couldn't be here and think forward to how you can go forward as you leave out of here to help build the Federation. So, as James said, what do you say after you say Federation Heart?
Great ride.
You got Federation Heart?
Great ride.
Federation Heart.
Great ride.
All right, we're adjourned.
tell you, man. And I'll be in the conference call to talk to you. The 11th. 11th. Yep. Christina, good job, sweetheart.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You get elected time to snooze.
Yeah, man. Actually, yep. Geraldine.